This is more than just a camera monitor. The Vaxis Atom A5 is a 5.5-inch wireless transmitter, receiver, recorder, and monitor all rolled into one. For not that far off really from what you'd pay for a regular on-camera monitor, which will be great for people who are looking to keep their rig really small and compact, or anyone really who just wants to save space. If you ever need to hand off a monitor to a director or a client for review, if you find yourself needing to send a HDMI feed wirelessly, then this device is well worth considering. You can use this on its own as a regular camera monitor, or send the feed to up to 2 other A5s. Now, I've been using it here for the past week or so. I've been really pleased with the Swiss Army knife set of features that are packed into this at a competitive price. So let's take a closer look. In the box, you get 1 monitor, 2 antennas, a 32GB micro SD card, a HDMI cable, and a little instruction card that you can scan. So when it comes to the physical design, it feels fairly sturdy and well built, which is nice. It weighs around 350 grams, and it takes Sony MPF style batteries that you can hot swap for uninterruptible power. On the top, you'll find the power button, the slots for the 2 screw-on antennas, and 3 assignable function buttons. On the left side, there's a HDMI in and out, a headphone jack, and a DC in port for power. Flipping over to the right side, there's a USB-C port and a micro SD card slot for recording, firmware updates, and loading custom LUTs. And then lastly, on the bottom, you'll find a 1/4-inch thread for mounting. So if we boot up the A5, you'll find that it doesn't instantly turn on. It does take a few moments to get started. I measured that it takes around 20 seconds or so that is something to be aware of. Once it's on, you'll be greeted with the monitor's interface. On the top left-hand side, you'll find a group of monitor features like video scopes that you can toggle the opacity for. There's frame guide overlays and anamorphic de-squeezing. Then in the focus tab, that has peaking, you can pinch to zoom, along with some other exposure tools like zebras, false color, and monochrome. And then there's a color tab where you can adjust the white balance and HDR settings. And then in the last red tab is where you'll be able to control some of the signal settings. Now in this mode section, you can toggle each monitor between being a transmitter and a receiver. And there's an indication for which mode each monitor is in at the bottom of the screen. Be aware though, if you do want to switch the mode, the monitor will power off, so you'll need to turn it on again in order for that change to take effect. It can also send a record trigger to both monitors, which it gets from the camera's timecode, which is nice. If you press the color wheel on the right hand side of the screen, you'll open up the LUT menu. Next to that, there's the settings cog, which takes you into a lot of the monitor calibration menu, where you can really fine tune the colors that this monitor displays, which will be great in those situations where you want to match these monitors to your built-in camera monitor, for example. In the function tab, you're able to reassign 3 custom buttons for quick access. There's a screen lock button on the top right, a playback button on the bottom left, battery indicators, audio meters, a signal strength icon, video resolution information, and a record button on the bottom right. But although it does have recording, it uses micro SD cards and the files are really compressed, so it's not going to replace a dedicated recorder like the Atomos Ninja 5, for example. This is more for backup recordings and proxy workflows. The 1000 nits touchscreen is responsive and easy to use, and overall I'm a fan of the menu layout and UI. It feels very intuitive to navigate. We did a line of sight range test with the Atom A5, and we're able to go approximately 50 meters beyond the quoted 150 meters before seeing any signal dropouts, which is great for peace of mind. Now, a good thing about how these work is how they work within the wider Vaxis ecosystem. Now you can of course use the A5 on its own as a monitor, or you can pair it with up to 2 other A5s, or you can use it with the Atom 500 HDMI, Atom 500 SDI, Atom 600, KV, TX, and their older Atom A5H. You can also monitor the feed from an iOS or Android device with the free Vaxis Vision app. So this is a really scalable ecosystem. But who is this for? I think this will be great for anyone who wants to have a video transmission system and a monitor unit all in one. Also, if you already own one of the compatible Vaxis systems, this would pair out really nicely. I think the system would work well for people who are looking to save space. Instead of needing a separate HDMI monitor and a transmission system, the A5 does it all in one. And if you don't already own a wireless system, buying just one of these as a camera monitor means you can use your phone or your tablet as a basic wireless monitor as well. And then you can expand the system over time. So I think this is a really flexible option. But let me know what you think. Could you see yourself using a system like this? Let us know in the comments down below. And as always, if you'd like to buy one for yourself, you can head over to proav.co.uk. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.